From the KATC Weather Lab, here's Eric's forecast.
Winter has returned across Acadiana as we end out the work week as temperatures struggled to get into the lower 40s today, a good 20 degrees below where we should be for this time of year. And as we move into the weekend, you're going to have to continue to bundle up. This cool air is all thanks to that front that moved through yesterday evening that brought us those rounds of heavy showers and even a few thunderstorms. And one of those did produce a gustnado. So let's take a look at this video sent in by one of our viewers, Ryan Traha, over in Acadia Parish. This is just south of Iota. You can see the damage from this system. It was called a gustnado, and what that really is, it's a very shallow layer of some vortices trying to spin up a little bit. So it's not the same thing as a tornado because it wasn't connected all the way from the ground up to the cloud. It was just an area of very fast-moving wind that got down to the ground and began to spin a little bit and caused some of this damage, producing, a little bit of siding, shingles being torn off the house, and throwing a couple trampolines. It was very localized in an event. It just kind of damaged these one or two homes and then quickly dissipated only on the ground for about 30 seconds or so. And that's what you typically get with this. Very gusty winds up to maybe 80 miles per hour, but not at all like the normal tornadoes that you see that cause there's massive damage. This was just a quick area of downdraft air really starting to circulate just a little bit right at the surface that caused some of that damage. And that system is now beginning to push off to the east. Storms and some showers up and down the east coast all the way up into the Atlantic. We got some snow on the backside through the Ohio Valley down into the Tennessee, where even in Nashville they're seeing a little bit of that snow. People in Mississippi and Alabama even woke up to a snow flurry or two with this system, and you can see that helped to bring that very cold air down in across our region. We had the clouds throughout most of the day, but now beginning to see those clouds push off to the east, and so we're going to continue to see clear skies for the rest of this evening, and I think the clear skies continue all the way through the weekend as high pressure moves over top the region. But with the skies now clearing, temperatures are falling. We're sitting at 36 right now, but with those winds out of the northeast at 10, the wind chill is 28. So if you're heading out this evening, make sure you're bundling up, have the hats and gloves with you. And you can see those dew points are falling into the upper 20s. So that's about how low we can get those overnight temperatures to go. That'll create the possibility for a light freeze across much of Acadiana by tomorrow morning. So clear skies allowing for that cool air to override much of the region during the overnight hours, waking up to those temperatures in the mid to upper 20s to get tomorrow afternoon started. More sunshine, so it's going to look like a very pretty day across the region, but it's still going to be on the cool and breezy side. Temperatures only pushing the mid-40s, and with the wind, it'll only feel like the mid-30s throughout much of the day. So not a good day to be outside unless you're bundling up, and make sure you're really covering yourself. Then that cool air really invades as I'm looking at a hard freeze possible, waking up Sunday morning temperatures as low as the mid-20s. So definitely going to have to protect your pipes come Sunday morning along with the pets and plants as that very cool air makes its way down in. Sunday afternoon, the cool air begins to slightly move off to the east, but still have relatively below average temperatures, only pushing the upper 40s with mostly sunny skies. By Monday, though, that cool air begins to shift off to the east, and we get a little bit of a south-southeasterly flow, getting us a little bit of some warmer air off the Gulf. So I think we push the mid to upper 50s come Monday afternoon with mostly sunny skies. But then things begin to turn a little bit interesting as we go into Tuesday. Our next frontal system begins to drop down into the region, and it has some very cool air on the back side of this. So we could be looking at the possibility for a few scattered showers throughout the late morning into the early afternoon, and then beginning to switch over a little bit. As you can see the pinks, that'll be the possibility for some sleet or freezing rain mixing in with it, and then even the possibility for some snow showers with this system. But again, remember, this is still several days out, and this is just one model's run, so not a for sure thing just yet, but the models are coming into agreement that we could possibly see this a little bit of a wintry mix going into Tuesday evening. You can see this is 9 o'clock now, beginning to see some snow make their way down into the I-10 corridor possible. Not expecting a whole lot of accumulation with this, just some slick spots, and then the very cool air makes its way down. So that's going to be the big issue, is that very cold air moving in behind some of those wet roadways. You could get what's called a flash freeze, and that could cause that black ice and make the commute Wednesday morning very slick. So give yourself some time, maybe next Wednesday morning, and then staying very cold as we go into the middle part of next week with that next round of Arctic air. So this evening, though, temperatures will be getting below freezing, so a light freeze possible, mid to upper 20s to the north. I think right around low 30s, upper 20s for I-10 into the south as we get tomorrow started. With that sunshine, it does warm us into the mid-40s, but with the wind and that northerly breeze, it'll only feel like the 30s. Going into Sunday morning, that's when that hard freeze is possible. Everyone gets down into the low to mid 20s, and then Sunday afternoon pushing the mid to upper 40s with a mix of sun and clouds. So this evening, it will be on the chilly side, a light freeze possible, so protect the plants and pets, but your pipes should be fine tonight. 29 for the overnight low. Tomorrow looking very nice outside, at least bright and sunny, but cool and breezy. Feeling only like the mid-30s throughout much of the day with those winds out of the north, 10 to 15. 47 on Sunday. Brief warm-up as we go into Martin Luther King Monday. There's that chance for a wintry mix into Tuesday. Cold as we go into Wednesday. Highs only in the 30s. Moving into next Thursday and Friday, slowly beginning to warm back up, and then by next weekend, we could even be pushing the 70s again, but we do bring the chance for some rain showers making their way back into the forecast.
All right, Eric.